analyze that episode again, you're right, man. Gabby Maru, like everybody looked like kind of amazed and had curiosity and wonder, but Gabby Maru looked kind of like shocked slash shook when he saw that village.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Like it was like it like to me it led me to believe that like either triggered a memory or he had seen it before. Even like touching on what you were saying about the paintings, like how they were like showing the old scrolls and stuff of like how things were done back then and all this stuff like that.
yeah,
Like, it makes me feel like, what if some of that was like even like I guess drawn into his memory because of like what he was taught at his teachers and stuff. So
yeah.
um yeah, just a lot of interesting little Easter eggs I think they put on us, but we didn't know.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting stuff for real, for real. Yeah, I guess let's get this going. Welcome back. We're doing another round of reviews and discussions with our co-host Derek, aka Sky, and I'm the other host, Will, aka Bonehead. And on today's docket, we got another episode of Demon Slayer and Hell's Paradise. Yeah, I guess we're just chopping it up about like a little Easter egg. It felt like was like shown about our MC in Hell's Paradise and how they were really not only focused but like in awe or shocked in a sense about coming to that village. What's your thoughts? What do you think he may be thinking, or what could be a possibility?
I mean, earlier in the episode, I forget who the duo is in that other camp with a criminal that was
Mm-hmm.
drinking the demon's blood. But I remember his executioner was talking about how like there used to be like eternal old men, like called hermits. They used to live there.
Right.
So maybe that's their place of residence.
Uh,
Maybe before the village, maybe before the island got cursed, maybe it was actually a habitable place. Haven't I haven't read the manga yet, so I can't really speak with certainty. But those are just some of the things that I've been kind of speculating um, about that village. It is shocking to see, and it does have me kind of like shocked and just wondered. I don't know. I've said in previous episodes before, like the lore. You know what I mean? Like that thickening of the plot, that wow factor, and
yeah.
when I saw that village, I definitely that term came to mind. I was like, man, like right when I think they laid all the pieces out for us, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there's an abandoned, what a seemingly abandoned or hidden society that they stumbled upon now, and I'm just thinking like, man, like we always say, this is why I watch anime. This is kind of like the story, the juiciness, the substance. So it's another thing that
Yeah.
keeps me as a viewer, somebody that's indulging into the plot. Really hooked, really hooked on it. And just really kind of like I'm invested now.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's like kind of, you know, just going back to like the reason why we're here is like just being like black kids in America. I think one of the things that like really was at like our feet at all times was like probably some form of animation. Like I think like we took I don't know if solace is the right word, but like we took comfort in like watching these like cartoons, something that could intrigue us. Like you think about like in like in the hood in certain places, like back in the day, like even Wu Tang spoke about it many times. Like they used to retreat and get away from the world by watching kung fu flicks.
Yeah,
Regardless of what was going on, it's like something like that. Like they doing like something that's like inhumanly possible, and making it fantastical is like made it something appealing to watch. And I feel like with like anime, they take a lot of situations that even though they're already fantastical, and they find a way to like even brighten them up even more. You know what I'm saying? Like they really know how to like throw gasoline on a fire, but in a good way.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I thought
like even you like more so being like growing up overseas. Like I feel like that was it. Like your foot. Like when you would start telling me about the magazines about Saint Seiya, like taking it back, like that was crazy. I was like, damn, y'all had like collectible like
dude,
magazines with stickers and
I've
stuff.
tried
Like
to like look for that on eBay. Side note, sidebar. I tried to look for that on eBay. I can't find it,
yeah,
but the concept, like I mean, I thought about even doing that with my own personal artwork in the Weebies. You know what I mean? Like, let me do a
right,
full like scene, have a square cut out, and get the sticker of that square. And it's like, you want to buy my sticker packs that complete the comic story. And I thought that was so dope. And I came across a
yeah,
community of other kids that did that, and I was just like,
yeah,
I couldn't speak Spanish fluently, at least not fluently enough to speak or talk about the episode that just aired the night prior. But I took
right,
my comic book that I had and showed them what I was missing and showed them the cards that I had and let them know like, "Yo, I'm willing to barter and trade. I got these, I got
yeah, yeah,
these." You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was really done, really dope and fun. And yeah, and it's just wild. And even to think about it, I was 9 years old when that was going on. So the fact that
right,
I was chopping other like 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 11, 10, 9, 8-year-olds that were all indulging in that plot,
yeah,
where there's like battle and a fight that going on, like
yeah,
the original uh Knights of the Zodiac show. I mean, the you really can't under I really can't understand how epic that was. You know what I mean? To be into that age. And once I realized,
yeah,
man, cartoons have stories like this in it, you know
right,
what I mean? I was just like, yo, I'm hooked.
right.
I'm hooked. But
True
yeah,
shit, true
yeah.
shit.
But yeah, man, Hell's Paradise. Man, before we stumbled on that village in Hell's Paradise. And for those listening, spoiler. And for those that are new, and this is your first episode, welcome. We're talking about Hell's Paradise right now in this segment. A really dope anime that's got about what 6 episodes in. It's currently
I
May
believe
10th,
so.
2022. I want speaking for Bonehead and myself, we recommend it.
23,
So what?
2023.
Yep, 2023. That's right. Damn, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
May 10th, May 10th, 2023. We're talking about Hell's Paradise, dope anime that we highly recommend. Talking about episode 6. Prior to them stumbling on that abandoned village on the island in search of the elixir of life,
yeah,
Gabimaru and his executioner have a showdown with Rokuroda, the giant.
yeah.
And I had some feelings
The
on that,
last
man.
one.
Like, first of all, the giant was OP. No like skills
Some of
for
it.
per se, just brute strength. A formidable,
Yeah, it was like hawkish, like freakishly hawk brute strength.
yeah,
Like
yeah, which I think was cool, but maybe I'm over analyzing. Let me know if I am. But do we need that Giants backstory about it being a baby, all for him to die and maybe not ever be shown again?
I, I would say yeah, in some extent because like it's good to know where the strength came from. Like I think like it like settles something for me to know where the strength came from. Like, is it necessary or does it aid the story? No.
Okay, yeah, and that's why I feel like,
Like,
man, like that was like high quality
yeah.
filler.
I mean, but yeah, and it
High
was like,
quality.
but it was so parallel to the story that I mean, yeah, it's that type of filler. It's like, all right, I guess this speaks about something that's like in the main story, but like, was it needed? I don't know.
And I wonder, are they going to keep that same energy for all the criminals on the island? Or is
uh,
everybody getting the backstory treatment? That's why I wonder, like, the importance of it. Like,
right. I feel like maybe yeah,
it was
because like if you don't know who's dying, then yeah,
okay, okay, yeah.
that's
I
what I
didn't
think.
know if I needed it. It was cool, but like, I don't know. Like, hey, you're a strong ass baby. You always been strong. You,
Hella strong and was eating people.
yeah. You ate people when you
Straight
were a
just eating
child,
people.
and you eat people now. And yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
shits.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, I enjoyed it. It was definitely entertaining. And I think we saw the
Right.
early bonds of Gabby Mario Bonnie was executioner. I forget her name.
Yeah.
Her name is
Oh yeah, I forgot her name too. I'm gonna start writing these names down so I can just have them like
yeah,
right out the gate. You know what I'm
me
saying?
too.
Like
But
Yeah.
we saw they worked together to take down the giant. You know what I mean? So I think we saw the sign of them, bonding them, and we saw the forming of like a true partnership between the two. You know what I mean? Which
Right.
I think is cool because I imagine they're only going to become thick as thieves when it's all over. And hell,
Uh,
I'm wondering if he might have feelings, start developing feelings for her and her him before he even gets to his wife,
yeah.
given how much they're probably going to embark on and endure while they're on this island. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like it's either going to turn romantic or it's going to like turn into like him growing because he's like getting more humanity.
Yeah,
Like he's like gaining more of his humanity back. That's why I feel like it's going to be like one of those two things.
yeah,
So I agree with that. I feel like he probably is going to like start caring for her to some extent. Like to what extent I don't know.
yeah.
um, but I feel as though it's like yeah, that'll definitely be like a pivotal point. Not pivotal, but a very like important point of the story. That's a lot of points.
One of the things they did to bring down Rokuroda I thought was pretty unique was just starting that fire and
Oh yeah,
leaking him into
yeah,
his coughing. And I thought what was even more interesting than that, because the giant eventually did get beheaded and they killed him, but it was
right.
the fact that that fire started to attract demons towards it, which I thought
I
was
mean,
really weird because you unless you want to put it
moths
out
to a
there.
flame.
Huh?
I think moths to a flame.
Hmm. Yeah,
And when I look at the demons, I think about them as like some are sentient, most are hive. So you got hive creatures that move on instinct based on like a central task or common goal, and I think that's like to devour any foreign presence on their soil, right?
yeah,
So it's like anything that they don't know is that's not of them, they attack. And then the upper beings kind of like have a benevolent feel to them in the sense they're like they have like a very profound and stoic approach to like how they're like mad at the visitors,
yeah,
but they're still as aggro as the lore demons. So I just think moths to a flame like they're attracted by like noise or light or something. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But yeah, I feel like if they didn't have that flames, they were all done for because I think it did two things. It gave them a smoke screen to like disappear with, as well as like they started suffocating him with that, and he couldn't get out. But like, did you notice that he was like getting more enraged the more that he like got hungry? Like the more he was moving, he got hungrier and like he got more enraged and teary eyed.
yeah. I mean, he
That
was
was
still
weird.
mentally a baby
Yeah, that's true. He was like definitely like of a toddler's mindset.
for sure. So he was throwing that little fit. But yo, the other criminal executioner, and I'm lacking because I forget their names too.
Mhm.
Dude was the criminal drinking demon blood, and then when he's like, "I sent something." What do you think was up with the naked couple sucking and eating that luscious big cherry that busted open all over like their face? Like, what was that about?
I don't know, bro. Like that was some weird shit. But like when you think about the criminal drinking the blood, I mean that's like one of those things that like go into like I forgot her name, but there's like this female in history.
Yeah,
Next time we'll be more prepared. But there's a female in history that would like bathe in the blood of her victims, and she would like a lot of times it would be babies because she believed that babies had the most nutritious and rich blood, and she would bathe in the blood to keep her youth. But then there's almost like another thing too. It's like drinking the blood of your enemies gives you like their strength. Can't remember exactly where that came from, but I definitely read it somewhere in like old Texas, like
yeah,
one of those tall tales or legends, so to speak. So, um, yeah, there were so many like twists and turns. Like think about like the one executioner and what we thought was the small boy. Spoiler alert: it's not a boy. When they were on the ship, I was like, okay, like we got the little like indigenous like kid that's like trying to like survival for their clan and stuff like that. And I thought it was like they were just like being killed off. Like I'm thinking it's a race thing. It was like nah, it's like we have no one to like bear heirs, and you're the only one of our clan, the last one of our clan that can bear an heir. Like we die with you.
Yeah.
So it was kind of wild because like even homie was like, yo, why you kind of built like a female? She was like, yo, I am a female. And he freaked out. Like, there's a lot of like weird stuff going on
I
because
freaked out. I was like, no way.
yeah, bro. Yeah, I was like, what? Like I was not expecting that at all, bro. It's like, yeah, so like they got like a little weird thing going on because now she's like all smitten on him and stuff like that
Yeah.
because like he saved her life and stuff. So it's like they're throwing like a couple zingers in there every week, and it's keeping it interesting for sure. Like that's why I'm saying, like, with the backstory, we may not even need it, but it just adds a bit of context in the sense that like who we're watching, any of them could go. It's like if you form a pattern, you got to be consistent with that pattern because like say they don't give us an episode with a certain character's backstory and then they die, we're going to be expecting for that. Like, oh, if this person doesn't have a backstory, then they're going to die.
Yeah. Ah,
So you think so?
not
Do
ready
you
to
think
set,
not?
I'm not ready to set that precedent yet.
Right, but that's what I feel personally. But yeah, we can see how it plays out for sure. I'm not saying that it is or will be one way or another.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, man, just a quick recap on Hell's Paradise. Uh, the episode gave us new characters. It showed the bonding and closeness of another pair of characters, Gabi Mario and his executioner. It gave us a little bit more insight into the demons. It
Yeah.
unveiled some more mystery of the island by showing us that
Mm-hmm.
village and that god and goddess like couple that was making out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, all in all, like I'm still finding it very enticing.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
hooked, and I can't wait till the next episode comes out, man. Because uh, I don't know where this thing is going, but I feel like things are coming to a head. For some reason I feel like that naked couple and that village might have something to do with each other. Perhaps they might live there. But I
Right.
feel like things are starting to come together, and the knot starting to get tied.
Starting to click.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
starting to click, man. I'm excited, man, and I'm even inspired, man. We're talking a little bit about us writing our own stories and comics and stuff before we started the episode, and man, like every time I see a new episode of it, whether it's Hell's Paradise or Demon Slayer or what have you, I just feel all the more
Mm-hmm.
inspired to really step my game up and see how I can just make things more interesting and as dynamic as possible.
Facts.